Business. Knew it was going to be difficult for the group right now. Just kind of a lot of stuff we have going on. I did like how we started the game in spurts in the first half for sure. With our defense and our physicality, that's kind of who we are and who we need to be. Just not being able to sustain it. Probably was disappointing. I do know, obviously, and the other side of the ball. Was a little worried about it once, we kind of got a little stagnant and things of that nature because you could put so many stops together. We needed to make some baskets kind of just to, make them back up off us on the defensive end. I thought they were really comfortable because, we kind of struggled offensively. But, again, I think Coach Cooley does a great job with his guys and he gets them playing hard, I knew, they were going to try to turn us over and things of that nature, and then they kind of did. And then, once it spiraled out of control, there's not a lot we can do. However, man, I thought my guys, despite what was going on, fought to the end, and that's who we are. That's who we're going to be. So, but yeah, hats off to Georgetown for sure.
Early on, I noticed that were you using Lewis to screen off the ball to clear that out, and then you were ISOing him with Sorba one-on-one. Was that something you thought that you could take advantage of, that you could get some points in the paint that way?
I did, man. We need points. We're playing unconventional lineups. I'm missing guys. Not as an excuse. So I'm still trying to figure out something that works for us. But Keontae shoots. I think he leads us in our percentages. So I need to get him the ball. And I need to get it to him close. And then especially with Sorba being a freshman who as good as he is, you want to make sure he's occupied defensively. So, but I thought he did a good job of bumping him off of spots and being physical himself. So I did come into the game hoping to get Keontae going.
In bounds, what does he give you off the bench besides being another big body? Kind of what does he bring to the program, or what does he bring to your philosophy?
And Church has been a blessing for this program. I mean, he's just been unfortunately injured. So he missed his first whole year with a knee injury, and then he came back and actually was healthy through preseason and everything, and then he sprained his ankle, unfortunately. But he is a kid that everybody wants to coach, wants to be around. He loves to work. He doesn't complain about anything. This is actually his first game in a year and a half. So just to be able to use him and throw him out there and, see what he got. I liked what I saw, honestly. I mean, for that kid to not play in a year and a half, he'll never complain. He never has a bad attitude. He works hard all the time. He's a joy to have in the program, and I'm expecting to be able to rely on him moving forward.
Was your zone use something that's planned? Is that what you do, or did you see on film that they struggled with zone last game?
No, zone is what we do. We try to mix it up. I'm not as deep as I would like to because I'm really an aggressive man-to-man coach right now. But especially against games like this and this level, you got to kind of try to switch it up. I thought we made a lot of mistakes because I did want to play the zone a lot. But we made a lot of mental mistakes in it. But yeah, no, it didn't go as planned.
Do you think that 2-2-1, their 2-2-1 is becoming a weapon for them? Last game it kind of turned, and I thought it was instrumental in turning this game.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it is. I think it can be. I think they got some aggressive guards, and the three guards are aggressive, and they have a willingness to guard. So that's always good too, and especially against a team like us. I really only had one guy that can dribble because the guys that that are out, but they took it personal. They came out different in the second half for sure. The 2-2-1 press I think can be effective, especially for them going up as far as switching things up.
I know you've had a couple games like this against Big East teams. Is it been kind of a similar type of deal where you are able to hang around a later bit and there's only so much of the tank left?
Yeah, no, I think our offense is struggling a lot just because, I kind of said this before. We've and this is no lie, I know you guys don't know probably a lot about the program, but we've had about 12 5-on-5 practices since June. Okay, wow. So, I got coaches that have to practice and things of that nature, and the way the roster is constructed now is not how I thought it was going to be. Now, that's not a discredit to the players I have at all, because I love all of them, and I think they had a role to fill, but I envisioned it kind of being different, and now when you can't practice how you want, it affects the offensive flow for sure. So, but that's to take nothing away from those teams. They did their jobs. But we're still trying to find what works right now, and I have to kind of I gotta really revamp a lot. So, but it's a challenge. It's a challenge on me, and I have to kind of figure that out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Is
guys.
that kid from Seneca Valley, is he gonna come back this year? Brad, guard, your point guard, hurt, dread?
Yeah, I would like him to. You know, he got hurt in our Seton Hall game. He had a muscle strain in his rib, and that's just one of those things you can't do nothing about but rest. And
Right.
another guy like Church, he had been injured, and then now to finally get him back out there, and then now get injured again. He's the guard I was kind of relying on, and one of our senior guards is dealing with an illness right now also, which he was a starter for us, probably our best all-around player, and there's no real timetable for him to kind of come back. So it's difficult, but I will figure it out. We're gonna work. We're gonna work.
Can Seneca Valley redshirt? If he doesn't?
He redshirted last year.
That's what I'm at.
Yeah, no, so he'll be back. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, he's been doing up and down stuff
Okay.
now,
Okay.
which he just started to do. We tried to see if we can get him now, but it was, he wasn't ready for contact.
Gotcha.
But I do plan on him being impactful. This is going to be key this month as far as getting him in shape, because conference play is the most important thing.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you guys.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right, everyone ready? I'm gonna let Coach Cooley open up the statement.
Well, I definitely challenged our guys the last couple of days to continue to grow defensively. A lot of our efforts has been on, fundamentals defensively, closeouts, gap help, being interrupt. Again, saw Jaden Nips make another leap today defensively. I think Micah Peavy showing the way. I thought we had backline help. I thought Thomas played his best college game today, right? Overall, offensively, defensively, passing, energy, rim protector. We wanted to get Malik going early, right? And I think he settled in the second half. But I really thought it was our defensive attention to detail. Again, Wagner, age-wise, is older than Georgetown. They're, well-coached team, experienced team, NCAA team, won a game in the first 4. So we knew we had our challenge, and I was really proud of our men, the way we defended with a purpose. And hopefully we can continue to grow from there.
And to kind of build off of that, you think about the deflections in addition to just the overall defense. Was that as close your plus here to the sort of defense that you want to have this program play?
It is our goal. It is our goal. Obviously, the games will get competitive and more competitive. But again, it's practice, all right? And that's what this schedule is all about right now, giving our guys confidence. We need games, right? You have 14 new players. In order to get experience, you need games. We have 7, 8 freshmen, guys that some of our sophomores that transferred didn't play a lot at their last schools. So in order to build continuity and chemistry, you just need games. So hopefully we continue to grow. Hopefully our identity is on the defensive end, and I think it becomes contagious.
Offensively, it seemed like you guys were a little more sturdy, I would say, in the second half. It seemed like just a little more direct to what you kind of wanted to do. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that. I think that's a fair question, and you got to give them credit, right? They came out with incredible energy. They made it hard on us. They were trying to blow up all handoffs. They were very, very physical. But the game's 40 minutes, and you got to make adjustments. And the biggest adjustment in the second half was just our attitude and mindset, right? It wasn't so much anything we did X and O wise. It was just more attack, create more in transition. I think we did that, but we really scored off our defense. I think we came out and got 10 or 11 straight stops. When the ball's not going in the basket down one end, the energy down the other end is unbelievable.
Do you think your 2-2-1 is becoming somewhat of a weapon for you? Last game it turned, and I think this game it was instrumental in turning as well.
Whether our pressure, whether our zone press is impressive or not, I think was his on-the-ball defense, And again, I can't say it enough. What's happening with Jaden is eye-popping to me. He's really doing a great job, and I mean, it's rubbing off on Malik. It's rubbing off on Drew Fielder, right? And then the energy that Burks comes in with. Obviously, Peavy, that's just what he does, right? Elite defensively. So hopefully we can continue to improve. We're going to need to do that Saturday.
do you think there was a certain level of inertia to start the game with your guys? They were a little slow, they were a little on their heels or whatever, fumbling a little bit to begin the game?
I would say they did that, right? And then this is the first team that really kind of got up under us. Would you say that, men? Like with that type of pressure. But again, the floor was really big. And again, going into halftime, we said the right things. We made the right adjustments, right? You never want to give away the Georgetown secret, right? The secret's always in the player and the player's approach.
Let's go to Marcus, and then we'll transition to player questions.
Drew, since he's been here, has been hurt, and he's been trying to get healthy. Today, it was like he was trying to bring a certain level of physicality, and you've talked about being physical.
If you're not physical for me, you're not going to play.
Right. Is he bringing that sort of physicality that you would like to see out of him?
I'd like to see a little bit more, but I thought he made a big jump the last 2 games, right? I think Thomas and Julius do it naturally in the interior. He and Jordan adjusting to that. I thought he'd be a little bit further along, but I thought Drew Fielder made a big jump today with that. And again, that's mindset. That's mindset and approach.
And for the 2 players, what sort of energy have you gotten in the 2 games playing here at McDonough from the students being here, from the crowd just being smaller and louder?
This mic?
Yes.
The smaller gym, it allows for noise to be a little bit louder. So the energy in McDonough has definitely helped us out, and we definitely enjoy playing in it. So the energy in McDonough has definitely helped us out and giving us a boost in terms of our energy as a team.
I would basically say with the same thing he said. Energy in McDonough is different compared to Cap 1. We love everyone to come out to Cap 1, but energy in McDonough, it just feels like I'm back at home at like a high school game, just playing again in front of like my family and stuff like that. So I just feel like the energy in McDonough is exciting, way different, so.
For Thomas and Malik, when you guys start stacking those stops on defense, I think they were scoreless for about 11 minutes or so there in the middle of the game. What is that like as you're stacking those one after another, and just how much more excited do you get the longer you can keep them scoreless?
I mean, it brings like everybody on the defensive end like a different type of energy, 1 stop can lead up to 3 stops, and 3 stops can lead up to 5 stops, and that's what we want, like, because we're a defensive-minded team, so that's what we try to get and try to play off that, try to score off transition and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I would say getting stops definitely allows us to have a more fast-paced game, something that we want to do, get up and down. So getting stops allows us to play in transition, and it gives us energy as well. Everyone's feeding off of the stops, and everyone's buying in. And it makes you not want to give up a bucket, because if everybody else playing defense, you got to play defense too, or you're going to be the odd man out, and you might hear that horn too. So.
Thomas, you were able to deliver some really pretty passes throughout the game. You got uncorked in that regard. I mean, was that your plan, or did the game just unfold in that manner? Did you come into the game knowing, look, I'm going to dime, I'm going to find people? Or did it just uncork like that? Did it just happen?
I honestly say it. Whatever, like, comes to me, I just give it away. So if I'm being face guard, or as soon as I put the ball down on the floor, I'm looking for my teammates immediately, because I know the defense is going to try to come at me, because of the last couple of games, so I just been trying to look for my teammates more often, and they was getting open and knocking down shots, so.
I've been blessed to coach a lot of big men in my 30 years. Thomas will be up there with one of the best we've ever done in a lot of different ways, offensively, defensively. But I don't know if we've coached a person who can pass and see the floor the way he can see and handle the ball. So I think the best is yet to come. He's still a baby, growing, learning, but these environments, these situations help give him confidence, because, he'll be a target. People are going to come after him, right? Because, his numbers don't lie, right? Elite passing big man.
Mac, last game you guys struggled against the 2-3 zone. Today you kind of handled it. What was the difference? Was it the preparation? Was it the focus?
I'd say the preparation. We went over our 2-3 offense in practice, and we kind of built our chemistry throughout practice doing that. We just prepared more for it. We kind of know what our offense is against a 2-3, but our preparation and practice allowed us to execute today.
Gotcha.
Lee, just what did you think kind of flipped for you guys offensively, since they had kind of hung around there for most of the first half, and then you guys punched it out in the second?
I think we were getting cleaner stops in the first half. I felt like we were forcing them to miss shots, but they were getting a lot of offensive rebounds. So in the second half, we held them to one shot, and once we held them to one shot, we were able to play in transition. And once we played in transition, everybody got a rhythm, everybody got a flow. So that's when we started making shots.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it.